All right, I think we're up and going here now. I apologize for the technical difficulties to start this one off, but we're back for our second game here this evening between the Brampton Royals and the Newmarket Hawks. First inning, Newmarket starting pitcher Carson Hepburn went 3 up, 3 down through the Brampton order. And that was Darcy Moore just hitting a 2-run home run there. So Newmarket now has an early 2-0 lead here as that ball gets chopped up the middle. Second baseman Keegan Murphy able to make the play there, get it across the diamond. And that is the third out of the bottom of the first inning.
Love this guy like fucking blew his elbow or play no UA.
So for the Newmarket Hawks in the bottom of the first inning, they scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There's no Brampton errors and no runners left on base. The score after 1 inning of play here from Errol Russell Field is the Newmarket Hawks 2 and the Brampton Royals no score. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back here in a minute. So just a couple of quick updates from our 6 p.m. games. The game that we streamed live here at Errol Russell Field had the local team, the Sarnia Brigade, winning that game by a score of 4-2 over the Tecumseh Thunder. In our other 2 games over at Blackwell, it was the Windsor Athletics defeating the Ilderton Riverhawks by a score of 3-1. And out at Eric McKenzie Field in Courtright, it was the Windsor Stars defeating the Burlington Brants by a score of 2-0 in that game. So we'll get everything updated on the site here later this evening. Meanwhile, we're into the top of the second inning here. In this one, as Carson Hepburn makes his way back out to the mound, he'll face the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the Brampton order. Leading off for them is starting pitcher and designated hitter Joe Ferreira. It's Brampton using the Otani rule in this game. Following him, we'll have the second baseman Keegan Murphy, followed by the center fielder Dawson Fascia. Good fastball there from Hepburn. Swung on a miss by Ferreira for strike 2. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So again, we're just underway here, top of the second inning. Quick 2-0 lead here for the Hawks as Darcy Moore hit a home run to right center field in the bottom of the first inning. Another fastball, that one hit down the right field line, but is going to tail foul. So Ferreira remains alive here. Count remains 1-2. We're back to play here. Hepburn has his sign and comes set. Slider that's going to get fouled back into the netting here, and Ferreira able to extend this at bat further. That pitch swung through and missed by Ferreira. He'll make his way back to the dugout. And he is down on strikes for the first out here of the top of the second inning. So that will bring up the second baseman this game for the Brampton Royals, number 23, Keegan Murphy. Here's the first pitch from Hepburn. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike one. And we talked a little bit in the pregame about the Newmarket Hawks, the defending provincial champions from last year, returning a pretty good core of that lineup for this year. As Murphy swings through that slider for strike two. Hepburn on the mound was one of the integral parts of their pitching staff from last year. He grabs the opening night start here at the tournament for the Hawks. So that pitch misses down and away for ball one. Center fielder Dawson Fascia waits on deck. He'll be the next batter this inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, that's going to get fouled back and out of play. Missing all the cars parked out on Divine Street. Hepburn gets the sign he wants. He comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Murphy's down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Third strikeout of the evening so far for Hepburn, as the center fielder Dawson Fascia now going to dig in for his first at bat of the evening. Here's the pitch. That one misses down for ball one. Two other games happening in this time slot as we wrap up day one of the tournament. You see that fastball from Hepburn finds the strike zone for strike one. Over at Blackwell Park here in Sarnia, it's the Etobicoke Rangers taking on the Leaside Leafs. And out at Eric McKenzie Field in Courtright, it is the Thornhill Reds taking on the Arundel Cardinals. That fastball missing up and in for a ball. Runs the count now to 3 balls and 1 strike. Hepburn has his sign now. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses just up. And Fascia going to make his way down to first base as he reaches on the 2-0 walk. That's going to bring up the third baseman this evening for Brampton, number 85, Kyle Mewson. So Fascia at first, he's the first base runner this evening for the Royals as he takes his lead. Here's the first pitch to Mewson. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike one. So 0-1 the count here as we play in the top of the second inning, currently 2-0. Newmarket Hawks over the Brampton Royals early in this one. Fascia takes off for second, swing and miss by Mewson. Throw down to second base. Good throw there by Patterson, but Reed Lunny unable to get the tag down. We now have a runner at second base with 2 outs, so Brampton with the ability to try and get one back here. They have a runner in scoring position. Count is 0-2 on Kyle Mewson. Here's the pitch. Curveball down. That's going to get away from Patterson. Dawson Fash are going to make his way to third. Musin able to hold up his swing there. So count now 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here as we play in the top of the second. Musin digs back in again here as he looks to try and push a run across here for the Royals. Good fastball there from Hepburn, though, as he's able to get Musin to go down swinging, and that's all for the Brampton Royals here in the top of the second inning. They get no runs on no hits. There were no Newmarket errors, and the Royals leave 1 runner on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning here at Errol Russell Field. The current score, the Newmarket Hawks 2, and the Brampton Royals no score. We'll take a brief pause, and we'll be right back with the bottom half of the second inning just after a short break. So Ferrer all done with his warm-up pitches. We're ready to go here for the bottom of the second inning. 6, 7, 8 due up this inning as second baseman Paul Wilson going to lead things off here for the Hawks. He'll be followed by the designated hitter Robin Fox-Pappas. Third baseman Tyler Giancos due up third this inning. First pitch from Ferrer finds the zone for strike 1. Another good fastball there from Ferrer. That one finding the inside corner this time for strike 2. Paul Wilson in a quick hole here, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Ferreira. A little slider that misses the outside corner for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Again, if you're looking for our live feed, we've kind of switched it up a little bit this year. We now have a YouTube channel that we're going to be streaming all our games on. That one gets chopped foul by Wilson. So if you head on to YouTube, all you have to do is search out CABC Baseball. We also posted the link to our channel on our X account, so you can find it there as well. So kind of spread that around to folks that are trying to hop on to the live stream. 0-2 pitch from Ferreira. 1-2 pitch from Ferreira, misses down and out for ball 2, evening the count now at 2-2. That pitch in there for a called strike 3. Paul Wilson down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So 1 out here now in the bottom of the second. That is going to bring up the designated hitter for this evening's game, Robin Fox-Pappas. Ferrer has a peek in for his sign here. Here's the first pitch. Fastball on the outside corner called strike 1. 0-1 the count here as we play in the bottom of the second inning. Ball hit on the ground to shortstop. A little bit of a high hop there on shortstop Patrick Pinlack, but he's able to get the ball across and picked out by Aiden Cowper for the second out of the inning. It's 2 outs now. That's going to bring up the third baseman for the Hawks, Tyler Giancos. Here's the first pitch from Ferreira. Curveball that misses down for ball 1. Early on in this one right now, bottom of the second inning, Newmarket currently leads this game 2-0 on a 2-run home run from Darcy Moore. I want to take the opportunity to thank everyone for joining us as that one just gets under the glove of Ralph Leahy and back to the backstop. Dan Esty here bringing you the play-by-play from this weekend's action. Second game we're covering here today. Again, our earlier game saw the Sarnia Brigade defeat the Tecumseh Thunder by a score of 4-2 in that game. Winning pitcher in that game, Cole Bridges for the Brigade, goes a complete 7 innings. That one gets chopped up the middle. Pinlack with a sliding play, unable to come up with it though. Giancos beats that play to first. That's going to be an infield single for Giancos, which extends the inning. We'll bring up the catcher, Connor Patterson. Good try there by Pinlack as he's almost able to come up with that one. Runner takes his lead from first. That ball hit on the ground to shortstop. Pinlack on to Keegan Murphy at second. And the Hawks are retired here in the bottom of the second inning. So for the Hawks, no runs on 1 hit. There were no Brampton Royal errors, and 1 runner is left on base. The score after 2 innings of play from Errol Russell Field, the 2025 CABC Gold Bat Tournament. The Newmarket Hawks 2 and the Brampton Royals no score. We'll be right back after a short break for the top of the third inning. All right, all set for the top of the third inning here. 8-9-1 due up for the Brampton Royals this inning as they'll be led off by first baseman Aiden Cowper. Catcher Ralph Leahy due up second, and then we'll be back to the top of the order with right fielder Andrew Thompson batting third. First pitch to Cowper, swung through and missed for strike 1. Brampton Royals this inning as they'll be led off. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one sails outside for ball 1 from Hawks starting pitcher Carson Hepburn. 1-1 the count here. Hepburn has his sign and comes set. Here's the pitch. Ball fouled back into the netting for strike number 2. One ball and 2 strikes the count. Hepburn has his sign and comes set. Here's the pitch. That curveball going to miss outside for ball 2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count as Hepburn has his sign and comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball missing just up for ball 3. So full count here to Aiden Cowper. Here's the full count pitch. Fastball, it's going to miss inside. Cowper draws the leadoff walk. The Brampton Royals have a leadoff base runner here in the top of the 3rd inning. It's going to bring up the catcher this evening for the Brampton Royals, Ralph Leahy. Cowper takes his lead at first. First pitch to Leahy, swung on and missed from Hepburn for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to count. Leahy squares the bunt, but he's going to push that one foul. We'll come back to the plate here and do it again. Hepburn way up in this at bat now, 0-2. Hepburn has his sign from Connor Patterson. He comes set. Cowper the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball just missing the outside corner for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes now, the count. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back and out of play into the houses here by Errol Russell Field. Pretty tight quarters here in behind the plate. The park is buried within a very nice residential area here in Sarnia. Count remains 1-2. Here's the pitch from Hepburn. It's going to miss down and in. That's going to get back to the backstop, and Cowper's going to make his way to second base on the wild pitch. Count now evened up at 2-2. Leahy going to step out and reset himself here. Patterson goes through his signs. Hepburn has the one that he wants. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, but just missing for ball 3. Very close pitch there, but runs the count full now to 3-2. Here's the full count offering from Carson Hepburn. Fastball fouled off at the dish. So Leahy able to keep himself alive here for another pitch. Another full count offering from Hepburn. Fastball, that one on the outside corner. And that is called strike 3. Leahy goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So we're back to the top of the order here for the Royals with right fielder Andrew Thompson stepping in. 0 for 1 this evening, grounding out the shortstop in his first at bat. Here's the pitch from Hepburn. That one hit down the left field line, but it is going to tail foul and out of play. No balls and 1 strike the count here. Top of the third inning from Errol Russell Field here at beautiful Stan Slack Park in Sarnia. Currently 2-0 Newmarket Hawks on the power of a 2-run home run from Darcy Moore. That ball also fouled back and out of play. Hepburn finds himself up here 0-2. He's got the sign he wants from catcher Connor Patterson. Fastball up and away for ball 1. Couple of shakes from Carson Hepburn. Now he has the pitch that he wants. Calper with his lead from second. That fastball missing up and away as well for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count here on the right fielder, Thompson. A little bit of a grind here for Hepburn this inning. Brampton Royal seeing lots of pitches. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Thompson. That one swung through and missed. Thompson down on strikes for the second out of the inning. It's 2 outs now. That's going to bring up the left fielder for the Brampton Royals, number 1, Caleb Charmel. First pitch misses outside and low for ball 1. One 0 pitch coming from Hepburn. That pitch misses just up for ball 2. 2-0 the count here. Charmel with a hitter's count here. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Oh my goodness. Humpy says that one misses inside for ball 3. Looked like that one might have been pretty handy. 3-0 count now. Here's the pitch. He says that one catches the outside corner for strike 1. So count now 3-1 on Charmel. Three 1 pitch. That one looks down and out. Charmel had his bat over to the dugout, but he says no, that's strike 2. Count now runs full 3-2. Aiden Calper, the runner at second base. Here's the pitch from Hepburn. That fastball roped down the right field line, but it is going to tail just foul. Calper will make his way back to second base. Count remains 3-2 here. Calper with his lead again from second. Here's the pitch. That one going to miss down. And Charmal makes his way down to first. The runners at first and second now with 2 outs. That is going to bring up the shortstop, Patrick Pinlack. Pinlack 0 for 1 this evening, lined out to first base. And his first at bat. Hepburn throwing a lot of pitches this inning. First pitch, slider outside, swung through and missed by Pinlack for strike 1. Good movement on that pitch. Like Pinlack might have been expecting something else there. Hepburn has his sign. The runners take their leads. Here's the pitch. Another slider. This time Pinlack holds up. That one called a ball. Evens the count now at 1-1. Pitcher Joe Ferreira waits on deck. He gets an opportunity to hit this inning. 1-1 pitch. Fastball in on the hands. Hit on the ground to short. Reed Lunny up with that one. Across the diamond. Low throw. Cooper Tompkinson unable to dig that one up. Aiden Cowper comes across the dish on the throwing error to Reed Lunny. Both runners are going to advance an extra base. And the Brampton Royals able to push a run across here. And they now trail in this game by a score of 2-1 as we're going to get a quick visit to the mound here. So we'll take a short break while they have the visit, and we'll be right back. Okay, so mound visit over here for the Hawks. Hepburn with a little bit of a jam to work out of here now as Big Joe Ferreira steps in. Runners on second and third here with 2 out for the Royals. First pitch from Hepburn. Fastball in on the hands. An absolute laser to first base, but Cooper Tompkinson able to come up with that one. That's all for the Royals here in the top half of the third inning. So for the Royals, they score 1 run on no hits. There was 1 Newmarket error, and the Royals leave 2 runners on base. The score after 2.5 innings of play here at Errol Russell Field. It is the Newmarket Hawks 2 and the Brampton Royals 1. We'll be right back for the bottom of the third inning just after a short break. All right, we're all set for the bottom of the third inning. Back to the top of the order here for the Hawks with left fielder Bryn Sanford leading things off, followed by the first baseman Cooper Tompkinson and right fielder Len Wood due up third this inning. Joe Ferreira back out to the mound here for his third inning of work. His first pitch, a slider that misses down for ball one. Brantford with a square there, but pulls that one back. 1-0 pitch. That slider going to find the zone for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here as we play in the bottom of the third inning. That ball chopped out in front of the plate. Ferrer off the mound, able to scoop that one on, gets it on to Aiden Cowper at first, and Bryn Sanford is down for the first out of the inning. So 1 out here. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Cooper Tompkinson. Tompkinson 1 for 1 tonight, had a single in his only other appearance so far. That pitch just misses for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. That slider does find the outside corner, though, for strike one. One ball and 1 strike to count here on Tompkinson. Here's the pitch from Ferreira. That fastball just misses the outside corner for ball 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That pitch missing inside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike now the count. Hitters count here for Tompkinson. Here's the pitch. That fastball going to miss outside, though. Tompkinson will make his way down to first. And the Hawks have a 1-out base runner here on the walk to Tompkinson as right fielder Len Wood going to make his way up now. 0 for 1 so far for Lenny. He reached on a fielder's choice in his first at bat. He's also scored a run this evening. Came around on that 2-run home run from Darcy Moore, who waits on deck. Tompkinson with his lead from first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. The runner takes off. No swing there from Len Wood. And Tompkinson going to stand up into second base with a stolen base. Good inside fastball there from Ferreira as that one ties Lenny Wood up. Unable to get the bat out on that one. Called a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. That curveball misses the outside corner for ball 2. Evens the count up now at 2-2. Long look in here from Ferreira. He has the sign he wants now. Tompkinson with the lead from second. Here's the pitch. Little chopper out in front of the plate. That one is going to kick foul. So Lenny going to make his way back to the plate. And opening day action here at the 2025 CABC Gold Bat Tournament. Dan Esty here bringing you play-by-play. Glad you're able to join us this evening. 2-2 pitch to Len Wood. That one popped up and it's going to be back and out of play. Glad you're able to take some time to join us this evening. And a couple of new things that we're working on this year. Our live stream has now moved to YouTube to make it more accessible for more fans to be able to jump in. Our link is up on our X account. If you're looking for it there, you can also search us up as the runner takes off for third. That one in the dirt, blocked up by Ralph Leahy, but Tompkinson able to steal third standing up. Count now full to Lenny Wood. Here's the pitch from Ferreira. That one down in the dirt. Good block there from Leahy. Lenny Wood going to make his way to first, though, as runners on the corners here now with one out. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Darcy Wood. Or Darcy Moore. My apologies. Curveball going to find the zone for strike one. Moore 1 for 1 tonight. He has accounted for both Newmarket runs as he had a 2-run home run in his first at bat of the game. Lenny Wood with his lead from first. Tompkinson the lead from third. Here's the pitch. Another good fastball there from Ferreira. Finds the zone for strike two. Ferreira way up in this at bat now. No balls and 2 strikes. Newmarket making Ferreira work this inning a bit as that pitch misses outside for a ball. That pitch fouled back into the netting, so Darcy Moore able to keep himself alive. Count remains 1-2. Here's the pitch from Ferreira. Good slider there, swung through and missed by Moore. He is down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Big strikeout there for Joe Ferreira. So 2 outs now here for the Hawks. As Ferreira tries to work himself out of a bit of a jam here. Shortstop Reed Lunny going to step in for his second at bat. Grounded out to second base in his first at bat. First pitch hit on the ground towards third base. That's under the glove of Kyle Mewson and into left field. And that is an RBI single for Reed Lunny. And that increases the Newmarket lead back to 2. As they now lead this game by a score of 3-1. It's probably one of the things that goes unnoticed out of that. Those two big stolen bases there by Cooper Tompkinson, able to put himself in the position to get driven in. Reed Lunny able to come through with the big single. There's that first pitch to Paul Wilson, misses down for a ball. One ball and no strikes to count. Runners on first and second here. Switch our scoreboard there. Apologies. That pitch in there for a strike, evening the count now at 1-1. That pitch misses down for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners take off. That ball hit on the ground towards first base. That's going to get under the glove of Aiden Cowper and into right field. One run going to come across. Lunny gets held up at third base. That's an RBI single for Paul Wilson. The Newmarket Hawks now lead this game by a score of 4-1. Designated hitter Robin Fox Pappas going to step in now. Pappas grounded out to shortstop in his first at bat as he fouls one back in here to the netting for strike 1. That ball grounded up the middle. Play made there by Pinlock. He'll flip to second. That's all for the Newmarket Hawks here in the bottom of the third inning. For Newmarket in the bottom of the third inning, they scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no Brampton errors, and there were 2 runners left on base. Score after 3 complete innings of play here from Errol Russell Field. It's the Newmarket Hawks 4 and the Brampton Royals 1. As I have a peek at my iPad here, I'm noticing that we're starting to get low on battery. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to hang on to get as much of this game in as possible, but I'm thinking using the new platform here may be eating into my battery a little bit. So we're going to try and hang on for as long as we can here. But if we do happen to lose power to the iPad, unfortunately, I apologize ahead of time, as it could cause some issues here. So take a quick break here. Carson Hepburn will go through his warm-up pitches. We'll be right back in a second. Fascia, and the third batter this inning will be third baseman Kyle Mewson, as that one's fouled back into the backstop here just in front of us for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here. Hepburn with the look in. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Good slider there, swung through and missed by Murphy for strike 2. Very sharp slider that Hepburn's throwing tonight. Seems to be giving the Brampton Royals a few problems at the dish. Another good slider there, but Murphy able to hold up on that one. Runs the count now even at 2-2. And fastball there, swung through and missed by Murphy. He's down on strikes for the first out here at the top of the fourth. Strikeout number 6 on the evening for Carson Hepburn. Now we'll bring up the center fielder, number 3, Dawson Fascia. Fastball misses up for ball 1. Fascia 0 for 0 so far tonight. Had a walk, his first plate appearance of the night. A fastball just over the outside corner for strike 1. On 1 pitch. Another good fastball there. Finds the outside corner for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. One-two pitch, swung through and missed by Fascia, and he is down for second out here in the fourth. The 7th strikeout on the evening for Hepburn. So we'll bring up the third baseman, Kyle Mewson. Mewson had a strikeout in his first plate appearance of the night. Fastball in the outside corner called strike 1. That pitch missing up and away for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Fastball in the inside corner that time there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now. One-two pitch coming from Hepburn. One misses down and away for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. 2 outs here, top of the fourth inning. Newmarket Hawks currently leading this game by a score of 4-1 over the Brampton Royals. Evening action here on day 1 of the CABC Gold Bat Tournament. That one also missing the outside corner. Very close, though. Runs the count full now, 3-2. First baseman Aiden Cowper waits on deck. Mewson is able to reach here. That fastball fouled over by the Brampton dugout into the netting and foul. Count remains full here, 3-2. Long look in by Hepburn. He has the sign that he wants now. Full count offering. That one's going to miss down and in. Mewson going to draw the walk. And the Royals have a 2-out base runner here. So we are going to have a pinch runner here for Brampton as Mewson exits the game. It'll be number 11, CJ Farron, coming in to run for Brampton. So we're all set here after the pinch running change at first. Aiden Cowper going to step in for his second at bat of the evening. Walked in his first plate appearance of the night. Fastball in the outside corner called strike one. Runner takes off to second. That ball sails into center field. Farron going to make his way to third. The speedy CJ Farron making things happen on the base paths here as he takes off after that errant throw into center field and makes his way to third base. So here's the pitch to Cowper. That one finds the zone for a called strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. Brampton looking to answer back here after giving up a pair of runs last inning. Here's the pitch. Down in the dirt. Good block there from Connor Patterson. Runs the count even now at 2-2. Due-to pitch from Hepburn. Swung through and missed by Cowper, and he is down on strikes, ending the Brampton threat here in the top of the 4th inning. No runs on no hits for the Brampton Royals. There was 1 Newmarket error. The Brampton Royals leave 1 runner on base. Score after 4.5 innings of play here at Errol Russell Field. It is the Newmarket Hawks 4 and the Brampton Royals 1. Take a short pause. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 4th inning. All right, back to action here, bottom of the 4th inning with third baseman Tyler Giancos leading things off for the Hawks. He'll be followed by catcher Connor Patterson. That ball is bounced in the dirt for ball one. Due up after that, we'll be back to the top of the order with left fielder Bryn Sanford. So 1-0 the count here on Giancos. That fastball going to find the zone for strike one. Giancos was the MVP of the tournament this past season, our first tournament that we had here in Sarnia. Another good fastball there for strike two. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. One-two pitch coming from Ferreira. Slider tries to check a swing. He does not. Leahy makes the catch, and Giancos is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Fourth strikeout of the evening for the big right-hander from Brampton. As he delivers the first pitch to Connor Patterson. Slider that finds the outside corner for strike one. Owen won the count here on the catcher Patterson. Another good slider. That one swung through and missed for strike two. Patterson 0 for 1 tonight so far. He has a strikeout in his first plate appearance. So Ferrer up in this at bat, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one way down and out. Hoping we can hang on here for one more inning. My iPad showing 10%. That pitch misses down and away for ball two. Count now should be 2-2. That ball hit on the ground hard towards right field, and that's going to get into right field for a one-out single there for Connor Patterson.
That boy's got LASIK.
So one out, runner aboard here for the Hawks, and we're back to the top of the order with left fielder Bryn Sanford. Sanford 0 for 2. He grounded out to first base. He also grounded out back to the pitcher. Patterson with his lead from first. Good block there from Leahy. Keeps Patterson at first base. One and 0 the count here. Currently 4-1 for the Newmarket Hawks here as we play in the bottom of the fourth. Ball hit off the end of the bat. Makes it into right field, though, for a single for Bryn Sanford. Puts runners now at first and second with one out. Sounds like that bat might be done for the evening.
Hey, Brandy, now owes you a bat.
Runners on first and second here with one out for the first baseman, Cooper Tompkinson. Tompkinson 1 for 1 tonight so far. A single back in his first at bat. He walked in his second plate appearance, had a pair of stolen bases. Came around to score 1 of 4 runs this evening for the Hawks. As that pitch down and in gets away from Leahy. He doesn't know where it is. It's right in front of him, though. Put runners now at second and third. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That ball laced up the middle, and that's going to get into left center field. One run going to come around for sure. Here comes the second run. CJ Farron going to make the throw into second base. That is a 2-run single for Cooper Tompkinson. And that now extends the Newmarket lead to 6-1. So it's going to bring up the right fielder, Len Wood. Len 0 for 1 tonight with a walk, a fielder's choice, and a pair of runs scored. Runner takes off the second. Here's the throw from Leahy. Just a little bit late. So that is a stolen base for Cooper Tompkinson, his third of the evening. It's a runner into scoring position again here for the Hawks with 1 out. Ferreira has his sign now. Here comes the pitch. Down in the dirt. Good block there by Leahy, though. Keeps Tompkinson at second base. That ball hit on the ground to first base. Cowper able to knock it down. Tries to flip to Ferreira. Play at the plate now. Leahy unable to hold on to it. Tompkinson slides in safely. That extends the Newmarket lead now to 7-1. So no RBI there for Len Wood. He remains at first base. He reaches on the error to the first baseman, Cowper. Lead now extended, though, as Newmarket now leads this game by a score of 7-1. Another slider in the dirt. Blocked up there by Leahy. Darcy Moore now at the plate for Newmarket. It's 1 for 2 tonight. Had that big 2-run home run back in the first inning. Good slider there from Ferreira, finds the zone for strike 1. Runner takes off. That ball hit on the ground. Third baseman able to come up with it. Cross the diamond. Good play there from Dawson Fascius. He's able to retire Darcy Moore at first for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring Reed Lunny up to the plate. Reed 1 for 2 tonight with a ground out and an RBI single his last time at the plate. We're bleeding power fast here. We're down to 6%, so like I said, we're going to hang on for as long as we can here. That pitch in there for strike 1 to the shortstop, Lunny. Another good pitch there from Ferreira, finds the zone, so he finds himself up 0-2 here on Lunny. Ferreira having a look in here. As the sign that he wants now. Hit on the ground to second base. Murphy up with that one, on to Cowper at first. And that is all for the Newmarket Hawks here in the home half of the fourth inning. So for the Hawks, they get 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 Brampton error. And Newmarket leaves 1 runner on base. The score after 4 complete innings of play. It is the Newmarket Hawks 7, the Brampton Royals 1. We'll take a quick break here. Carson Hepburn back out for his 5th inning of work. We'll be right back here in a minute. So Hepburn all set to go. Like I said, if you're just joining in, I got about 5% left on my iPad right now. We're going to try and hang on here as long as we can. If we do happen to lose the feed, I apologize. I'm going to try and look into tonight what's going on with the power source here on this. See if we can get it a little more functional for tomorrow. Ralph Leahy going to get things going here in the top of the 5th inning for the Royals. He takes strike 1 from Hawks starter Carson Hepburn. That ball fouled and out of play. Hepburn up 0-2. What I might see if we can do after this, if I need to, I might try and switch the feed over to my phone. See if we can make that work. If not, I apologize. That ball hit on the ground to shortstop. Reed Lunny up with it across the diamond in time to retire Leahy for the first out of the inning. Thompson gets a good piece of that one out to left field, but the catch is made there by Bryn Sanford for the second out of the inning. Two quick outs here for Hepburn as the left fielder Caleb Charmau going to step in now. Good fastball from Hepburn, finds the outside corner for strike 1. Slider going to miss the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count here on Charmau. 0 for 1 tonight, walked in his last plate appearance. Struck out back in the first. 1-1 pitch from Hepburn. Tries to check a swing, but that is a called strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. Hepburn been in pretty good control here throughout the course of this game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Down low. Scooped up there by Patterson. The count now runs to 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Hepburn. That ball hit towards right field. Cooper Tompkinson, good effort on that one. Tries to get to it, but can't come up with it. So Charmel going to reach with 2 outs on the single to short right field. So that will extend the top of the 5th inning here. Bring up shortstop Patrick Pinlack. Pinlack 0 for 2. He lined out to first base. Last at bat, he reached on an error. Charmel with the lead at first. Here's the pitch. Pinlack takes that one down for ball 1. Hepburn going to check on the runner at first. A little bit of an errant throw there, but Tompkinson able to knock that one down and keep it in front. Here's the pitch from Hepburn. That one chopped at the plate, foul. Count now 1-1. Charmel the lead from first. Here's the pitch. Slider finds the inside corner there for strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes now the count here on Pinlack. We play top of the 5th inning. 2 outs, 7-1 currently for the Newmarket Hawks. Here's the pitch. Another slider. That one popped up to short left center field. Reed Lunny going to make his way back. He'll make the catch. And that is all for the Brampton Royals here in the top half of the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And the Royals leave 1 runner on base. Score after 4 1/2 innings of play remains the Newmarket Hawks 7 and the Brampton Royals 1. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change here for Brampton. We'll get that information for you, and we'll be right back. I'm currently sitting at 3% on my iPad, so we'll hopefully be able to get through the bottom of the 5th. And then I might lose everyone, unfortunately, but take a quick break, and we'll be right back. So a few defensive changes here for the Brampton Royals. Last inning, Dawson Fascia made his way to third base from center field. The pinch runner that came in that inning, CJ Farron, he now takes his place out in center field. The new pitcher that's in now for the Brampton Royals is right-hander number 21, Cameron Hibbs. Due up this inning for the Hawks. They have 6, 7, 8 coming up with second baseman Paul Wilson leading things off. They'll be followed by the designated hitter Robin Fox Pappas, and the third baseman Tyler Giancos is due up third. So like I said, again, sorry I've had to mention this a few times, but I'm currently sitting at about 2% of my iPad right now. So I may lose the feed here in this half inning. Again, apologies. What I might try and do is try and flip the feed from the iPad over to my phone, see if I can get that to work for the rest of the game. If not, I apologize in advance. I'll try and figure out what's going on with this tomorrow, as I shouldn't be losing this much power this quickly. So Hibbs all done with his warm-up pitches, and we're all set to go here with Paul Wilson making his way to the plate for the Hawks in the bottom of the fifth. They currently lead this game by a score of 7-1. And Dan Esty here bringing you the play-by-play action this evening on behalf of the CABC. Appreciate everyone taking in this evening's action on day one of the 2025 CABC Gold Bat Tournament here in beautiful Sarnia, Ontario. The first pitch from Cameron Hibbs misses inside for ball one. Good fastball there from Hibbs, finds the outside corner for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike now, the count. Ball hit to third base. Dawson Fash up that throws across. Cowper unable to scoop that up, though, as it gets over to the side fence. Cowper going to make his way over to retrieve it. Paul Wilson going to get to second base, and he'll reach on the throwing error to the third baseman. So Wilson reaches on the error to the third baseman, Dawson Fascia. And the Hawks right back to work here as they have a runner in scoring position with nobody out, with third baseman Tyler Giancos now stepping in. Here's the first pitch to Giancos. Fastball that just misses the inside corner for ball one. One ball and no strikes to count here as Hibbs has his sign and comes set. Here's the pitch. Pitch missing down for ball two. Again, if we lose the feed here, I apologize. I'm going to try and flip it over to my phone here, hopefully to try and end the game. That pitch misses down for ball three. 3-0 now, the count here on Tyler Giancos as we play in the bottom of the fifth inning. 7-1 currently for the Newmarket Hawks. Hibbs has the sign that he wants. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Good fastball on the inside half of the plate for strike one. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Giancos. Healthy hack there, to I'm saying Giancos this whole at bat, but it's Robin Fox Pappas that's up. Giancos is on deck. My apologies. Full count offering coming now to Fox Pappas. And fouled off the catcher and back here to the backstop. Count remains full here, 3-2.